What's happening, everyone? We're back today with another video on the ST. Finally, you're probably thinking it's been a while, apologies. However, the car is here, it's ready to go. Literally just jacked it up. What we're going to be doing today is actually converting the power steering to electro-hydraulic, and we're going to be rerouting the alternator to the front of the engine, so when the turbocharger is fitted, the downpipe has a nice free exit under the vehicle rather than hitting the side of the alternator. So just show you a couple bits that we have today. As you can see, we've got the Ford C-Max alternator with the Ford C-Max tensioner. Got some heat shrink bits, nothing too crazy. New genuine Ford drive belt from a C-Max 2. Got some rubber grommets just in case we need to route some wiring. Obviously loads and loads of AN fittings, and obviously PTFE AN line and a regular AN line for the return. And then a new wire for the starter cable, being the fact that the alternator is now being moved to the front. I want to change the starter cable. So without further ado, I'm just going to sit you on a time lapse while I start working on this thing. Get the bumper off, get the front end off, all that good stuff, and we will show you on the next step. Okay, so as you can see, the front end is now completely off, all fluids drained. So this is the new pump. This is just a quick bracket that we made up for it, whilst it sits on a wheel fab bracket. And as you can see, some wires have already been run for the earth and stuff like that. I will be taking the wheel off to show you a bit better, but as you can see, it runs through there. The earth goes up to around here, and then the live and the ignition live runs through this P-clip all the way through to the body on the car. I will take the arch liner off and show you in more detail in a second, but for now we'll just get all the bare necessities off that we need to. So if I just get a set of cutters, just start cutting away at some of the crap that we don't need. Because we will not need none of this no more. obviously this will probably be a bit different to your car, because you'll have probably the standard setup unlike mine. Because my car has the Kinsey Fabrications, what's it called? The Kinsey Fab AN fittings on the steering rack and on the pump. So if I just cut all these cable ties to get a lot of this out of the way, just going to remove this cover off the bottom now. That should just come out of the way. And then if I remember rightly, it's a 15mm spanner for the tensioner to get the bolt off. Yeah, it was a 15. I was right, I just picked up a 16 like an idiot. Okay. Come on. Should just be able to hopefully pull that through. That's off. As you can see, very long belt. I'll just leave that to hang for now, that'll be fine. Okay, so belt is now off. What I'm going to be doing is removing the rest of the tensioner, which I'm pretty sure are just held in by 10mm. Which are here and here, and they are, but I'll need to get a socket. So basically, you want to remove the tensioner, the idler, this idler if you have an AC delete, like I do, so that'll be going. And then what I'll be doing next is disconnecting the wiring for the alternator and showing you what you need to take off to do that. So I'll just quickly get these 3 idlers off, or the tensioner 2 idlers, and I'll show you what you need to do next. Okay, so as you can see, tensioner, idler and idler is off. What I'm going to be doing now is removing the pump, because I actually want to see if this belt setup I've got actually works before I start digging too deep with this thing. So I'm just going to pull the pump off quickly, which is just 3 bolts. There's 1, 2, and we probably won't get in with the other one, so it'll be a spanner job. Okay. Me being an idiot, I disconnected the high pressure pipe because there is a bolt hiding just under there. So hopefully, luckily I didn't leave her on it too hard. It's been a while since I've done this. So let me off. Hopefully now, pull that out. And lo and behold, if you take all the bolts out, know me an idiot, pump comes off. So I'll lay that to one side there, and I'll grab the tensioner. It should hopefully just slot into place like that. I'll get some bolts. Okay, sorry about that, that was a pretty frustrating moment. But we've got it bolted up now with some longer bolts. I use M8x75s, that seems to trick. So I'm just going to go and get my alternator and maybe drain this pipe, because it always just seems to hold water. If I fold it up here somewhere, get this wiring out of the way a bit, and then fold that out of the way so it doesn't whee all over us, because that's what it will just do. Okay, so the alternator is going to bolt into this spot, and this spot where your old AC pump would go. So if I sort of just leave you around here, and I'll wafer it up into place. Okay, sorry about that, panic over. Where is it? Here it is. Right, so you'll have this for the knock sensor, which I don't know if you can see. No, you can't. Oh no, it's here, right in the middle of the baffle plate, just there. It will pock into this part of the engine block, because I was going a bit mad for a second. So basically what you want to do is get your alternator top plug on here, and then your other two will go into here. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some bolts ready. I'm just going to get some washers for them, and then I'll offer the alternator up, and then it will be time to fit the belt. Come on. That's it. Happy days. Right. So she is in. Thank God for that. That was a bit of an eventful moment. Okay, so alternator's finally in. As you can see, top and the bottom two. Lovely. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to just test fit the belt, make sure it fits okay, and once that's done, hopefully we should be able to move on with actually plumbing in the new power steering pump and sort out the wiring for the new alternator too. Okay, sorry about that last clip. The battery died for the second time today. However, we do have a belt on, and it's, wait, hold on, I'll take my head torch off and actually put the GoPro light on. Got a belt on and it's nice and tight, you ain't fucking getting that off. Yeah, thank God for that. I had a bit of worry that it weren't going to fit at first. However, we were okay. Just in case you can't see the routing very well, I will just switch this off. Oh, for fuck's sake, piss off. There we go. Right, so you got your alternator, just goes to the crank pulley, then your water pump, then your tensioner, and that's pretty much it. So the next step now will just be actually disconnecting the alternator. Just gonna get this cover open from the junction box. Disconnect the engine side of the loom, so now it's not live, so we can now route this all the way through. Second. Right, let's route this through. Okay, so next up is the starter section, because ideally we would just want to take all this off, which is a 13 and a 10. Okay. nice, this one. There we go, she's gone. Right. So that loom should just be able to slide off now. I will unplug it from here. Like that. And we'll route her through. Okay, so now that is somewhat out of the way. Put these to the side because I'll need them. What we want to do is get this alternator off. So it's 10mm here for the power cable, 2 13s and then a 13 at the bottom, and also the crank sensor loom is tied in with it all, which is just literally here. So I'll disconnect that now, so that's out of the way. I'll get that 10mm off. And we'll put that with our other nuts over there. And obviously your plug, which I've already taken off. So now that's all disconnected, with a bit of luck, I cut the cable ties. Once they're cut, we should be able to just pull that through. So if I just cut, hopefully should be it. I'll repeat the word hopefully. Yeah, okay. So that is our alternator loom, starter loom out of the way, which is nice. So what I'm going to be doing now is just quickly buzzing this alternator off. Maybe not, fucking well tight. There we go. Luckily it's loosening. Okay, she's free. And then, oh. Right, so to get the alternator off, you're gonna have to get the lower engine mount off as well. So all I normally do for this is just undo this one entirely, crack these three off, and the mount can just swivel down without having to take it out fully. I'll just and pull the engine forward enough. There you go. She'll just sit out the way now. So that's done. We should be able to start getting this alternator out. Okay, so I've separated, bring it back a bit, the alternator loom slash crank sensor engine loom from the starter motor loom, because we're going to be remaking this. What we're going to do now is on the starter loom, what we want to do is there's a little section here that you can just click open. Bit of luck. Come on. There we go. Okay, and then what we'll do is this small section here should just come out. In fact, no, we want to leave this. We will take the big section out, as you can see, and then it leaves us with the plug for the loom, and this is now redundant. So, not sure what I'm going to do entirely with this yet, whether I'm just going to trim it down or just like leave it as it is. I'll just click it like that for now. Pretty sure I'm going to have to trim it. I've got a new starter terminal to go on the starter, so I'm just going to give this a test fit and then hopefully show you what it will look like afterwards. Okay, so I've taken the actual housing off completely, and what I've done is just put the small one with the plug here as it would be, and then put the actual starter terminal around here. Probably just have it tightened like that or something. Probably angle this one down a bit more just so they don't touch. But yeah, it will be something like that. I'll make sure this is heat shrink too, just in case. But yeah, it should be pretty much something like that. And then what I'm going to do is run a live from the alternator with the mega fuse for it to here, and then run a battery cable all the way inside the car to the fuse box, as you would. So I'm just going to get a wire made up, show you what I've done. It'll just be easier that way, rather than showing you all the boring process of crimping and all that crap. I'd rather just show you the finished product, as we've still got quite a lot of work to do on this. Okay, so many moments later, as they say. Turn this off actually, easier. Mega fuse is now crimped in place and heat shrinked where it needs to be, which is nice. So it will now connect to the starter here and to the alternator there. I'm now going to run one wire from underneath the starter here all the way to the inside of the car to the fuse box. Okay, so now I'm getting inside the car. I'll just take this glove box out, like so. Put it at the one side. Okay, so looks a bit different to what you're probably used to, which, yeah, it's understandable. What we are wanting to do is take this power cable out, and we will replace it with another one. Nothing too special really. I'm going to unbolt the fuse box as well, because obviously we're going to have to do the power for the power steering pump, which is somewhere, which is here pre-done. And I also have somewhere under here too. There it is. Oh bloody hell, this is awful. Right, a cable for the ignition feed that it requires too. So I'm literally just going to unbolt this fuse box here, or unbolt the fuse box, unbolt this power cable, pull it through, run a new cable through, and then hopefully that should be the end of the power situation. I'm really getting impatient with this GoPro, it's just not working at all. But yeah, I'm just going to pull this all out, and I'll just show you the finished product. It's just a bit easier because this is just tight, and this camera is really not playing ball with me today. It's going to end up getting smashed up. Okay, so just kicked all the bolts everywhere. As you know, power cable, including that distribution box, now finished. Now bay is even more clearer. So what we're going to do now is run a power cable from this terminal here all the way around through the grommet on the bulkhead to that fuse board, and that should look a bit tidier, being that we've actually got black cable as well now. Okay, so as you can probably not see because it's hidden that well now, the power cable is just behind there, as you can see, obviously running through, the light, through the grommet in the bulkhead, and then runs all the way underneath the loom here, and then to the start motor. We've also spent a lot of time, thanks to Luke, actually tidying the loom up. It looks so much better now, as you can see, 10 times better. And obviously the alternator is now at the front. Sorry about the lighting, it's just dark here now. And we've got all the old lines off, as you can see, whereas before it used to go over the engine and down. There is nothing there now, so we're getting there slowly. Just need to make the new lines for the new pump now, and then hopefully we'll be able to fill it up and give it a try. But now we're just going to make the lines on the next clip. Okay, so we're back again on the next day. It's a bit of a gloomy day, so it's still quite dark in this corner. However, I do have a torch, so should hopefully brighten things up a bit. Oh, yeah, actually you can't really. You can still see it actually, we'll just leave it like this. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, the loom has been tidied right up. Just trying to get it a focus. You can see if I pull that pipe down, it all runs from the alternator with the mega fuse to the starter motor, and runs really nicely up into the car. You can only just start to see the power wire there. And obviously the new alternator, new tensioner, and with the pump mounted. Also last night, AN lines were now made, so that's another little positive, so we can get them done too. That's my point on the floor actually. But yeah, so we're just going to fit these AN lines now, finish off the wiring on the pump because there's still another wire to connect up that we need to figure out. And then hopefully we can start filling it up and testing the system out. Okay, so got the lines all run now, as you can see. If we go underneath now, bolted into the pump and run all the way around to the steering rack. So that's all done now, all tight and secure, it's not going nowhere, which is nice. All I've got to do now is obviously fill her up. I need to connect the wiring inside that I showed you yesterday with the live and the ignition live, and I need to find out where this alternator trigger goes to one of these 3 wires here. So I'll probably just run her through this gap around there. See there's a little gap, that's where my fingers are here. Run her around, or probably do it around this way because it will be the root of the loom. But you get the point. It'll come out here. I've got to extend it slightly, as you can see. Join it up to on these wires, tape it, and hopefully that will be that done. And I'm just going to add a couple more P-clips to the wiring harness for the crank here, just here and here, and that will be done. And then all I've got to do now is just cut the arch liner so it doesn't foul against the hoses, and potentially the guard for the crank pulley as well. I've got to modify that to make it fit. So yeah, it's quite a bit of work. Yeah, I'm just gonna crack on. I know the footage is a bit jumpy, I do apologise about that, but it's quite hard doing this on your own, and it's quite awkward to film as well at the same time, especially when my GoPro keeps dying, even though it says 99% of the minute, because it literally just did that. But yeah, it's better just show you the finished products rather than going through the motions, because it's not been straightforward, I can promise you that now. Okay, so making progress now. I've just taped all the wiring new back up because I couldn't figure out what the trigger was. So what we ended up doing was bridging the alternator trigger with the ignition live, and that will just give it a feed anyway. So that's what we're going to do for the time being until we can get the answers that we're looking for. I've also P-clipped the pipes up, so as you can see from afar now, it's all neat and together. And just a quick recap, I've routed the feed pipe and the return pipe now, and I've also cut away part of the arch liner to allow them to sit and not rub against that. If we lay under, I'll quickly show you. Obviously all around it's not the greatest of things, I do apologise, but yeah, you get my gist on how they are actually routed, just over the subframe, just cable tied to it, which is good enough, and then across. So yeah, I'm just going to get up for a start. Right, so this is all pretty much buttoned up where I want it to be. I'm just literally going to get this front end back on. Back all together again, drove it home, and it drove absolutely brilliantly. We had a little hiccup at the start, however, managed to get it sorted. It was just a loose connection. Worked really, really nice. What I'll do now is show you the engine bay. As you can see, looks very tidy now. A lot is very empty around here. We ditched the arm for the K&N and just decided to bolt it straight to the throttle body, because if you look through, just unlock the zoom, she should go straight through to the filter, through that air duct, which would be nice. And around here, as you can see, all nice and empty. But we've changed the wire, as you noticed, to a black one as well, because it was red at the start of the video, just to tidy it up a little bit better. But yeah, as you can see now, if we look down here, you can see the lines going to the rack, all nice and neat. And there is no alternator in the way, which will give us a nice amount of room for our downpipe for when the turbocharger is fitted, because that is still happening. And also a nice opportunity to probably make some nice arch tubs to cover that horrible area up there, because that doesn't look very nice. Probably not so much for this side, because you can't really see anything going on still, but definitely for here. I think the next job will be to tuck this part of the wiring harness now. But yeah, much better than before, a lot more tidier as well. What I'll probably do now is just go inside the car, and if I just switch the ignition on, the window down. The pump is very loud, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You'll be able to hear it. So obviously it is built for a race car, this pump, like Drift Boys use it. But yeah, it takes a bit longer to build up to speed. That's why it sounds like it's on a bloody takeoff. But that is the pump working, and as you can see, that's how light the steering is. But it's really consistent. If I jump in, it's the same the whole way around. Really lovely. But yeah, I could probably do, I haven't really tested this as much as I want to, obviously because it was just a drive home last night. It had been dark, a bit tired and annoyed. However, I can do another video once I get used to the steering, just probably in a later date, showing what my thoughts are. But on the drive home, I thought it was really nice. It gave the car more of like definitely of a road feel, because it is still nice and heavy, even though it's quite hard to explain. It's light, but it still has like a sort of a manual steering feel. You definitely get more of a road feel for the car in it, which is quite nice, because I didn't want to, you know, on some cars where you literally just have nothing the whole way around. This hasn't got that. It's still quite a nice, tough feeling. If you definitely are going the sort of route I am, or you're going for a track car route, because they obviously boil over on the tracks, I would definitely recommend this sort of setup. I can leave the description, or leave everything I've bought for this in the description. More than happy to do that. But yeah, sorry the footage is a bit jumpy on this one, guys. It is one of my first videos coming back. I haven't done this in a while. I'm just getting to the gist of things. Had a few technical issues with the GoPro batteries, but I found out they made a revised battery now, so I'm going to give them another try. And also, if you haven't noticed, I'm also trying out a new camera. I'm hopefully going to be trying to build a team for this channel now. As you saw, we've done a video, or we're going to be doing a video, I should say, with Luke. So hopefully we'll bring him more onto the channel, and probably hopefully a couple more of my other friends. But I really hope you guys are enjoying the content that I'm returning with. I can assure you, for the cars that we have in line and for the jobs that we want to do with them, it will be worth your while. And I'm open to any feedback on what you think can make the videos a bit better. I will be trying to add more of me working on the car into the video. Unfortunately, I was just missing a couple bits and a bit of patience, because I've just been used to sort of just getting on with bits without the camera in front of me. But nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, please like, comment and share, and hit that subscribe button because it costs nothing. Take care guys, I'll see you in the next one. Also forgot to mention, obviously now that the alternator is at the front, you've got the coolant pipe that goes to the radiator underneath, which will be this. I'll focus the camera, hold on. Be this large one here by my finger. Basically what you want to do, zoom back out. What you basically want to do is, when you first fit that pipe, if you're running the C-Max alternator, that pipe will be too long and it will press right up against the alternator and curl in like that. What you want to do is just cut where it goes towards the radiator, just cut a length off of it, and it will allow the pipe to sit more natural and not press up against the alternator and rub through. Just thought I'd let this know, as I didn't really show it and it's quite a key part to this, I think, to save any issues.